simps in paradise. When will you guys ever learn? When you move to Pattaya, when you're on holiday to Pattaya, it's fun, it's fantasy, it's not real. But some of you guys come here and you spend thousands and thousands of English pounds on a fantasy, a dream world. Watch this video and listen to this absolute crazy story that unfolded this week. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm making this video for two reasons. Let me just get my cork. It's a beautiful day. I've been asked to make some more videos on my balcony because you like the stories and so on and so on. But this one is crazy. And let's start right from the beginning. So on the weekend, I'm sitting with the boys, having a coffee, having food, and my girlfriend's sitting next to me, and I have a video call. As you can imagine, I have many messages, but this one person video calls me, and it was a guy probably in his 70s from the UK, and he starts off by, do you know a girl called, I won't say her name, let's just say Pooh. Let's just make up her name's Pooh, because I haven't made this video to embarrass anybody. I'm just trying to give facts about what happens in this crazy town. And you guys do not listen, ever. So, let's call her Pooh. He says, do you know a girl called Pooh? I said, first of all, who the hell are you? He said, my name is so-and-so, and I'll ask you again, do you know a girl called Pooh? I said, what if I do, what if I don't? I said, I know hundreds of girls, hundreds. And he says, well, she's on your Facebook. I said, mate, you do know I do YouTube, and you know there's probably 1,000 girls on my Facebook that I've never met before. She says she knows you. She says she works in your bar. I said, I don't have a bar. He said, do you drink in Rolling Love 3, I think it was? I said, no. Oh, right. Okay. And he was in a bit of a pickle. So I said, look, mate, I don't know what the score is here. I don't know what the problem is here. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So I'm going to hang up. And he says, oh, I'm in a mess. So I said, sorry about that. And I hang up. So how do I carry on with this without thinking, what the bloody hell? So anyway, after about 10 minutes, I'm thinking, what the hell was that about? So I messaged him and I says, mate, what's going on? And he calls me and we talk about what's going on. And I am in shock. He sends me a photograph, first of all, of this girl. And he says, this is my girlfriend of 8 weeks, right? 8 weeks. So you've known the girl from start until he calls me 8 weeks. So I says, yeah, and what is your issue? And here we go. She loves me. She tells me every day she loves me. And she asks me for money for a massage parlour. And I'm thinking, here we go. So I says, oh yeah, what happened then? Well, I gives her this money. I didn't even ask how much. I dread to think. So I says, oh yeah, what happened then? And he says, well, I handed over the money and she's now not buying a massage shop. She's buying a bar. And I said, so after 8 weeks of knowing a girl, you've handed over money for a bar, thinking it was a massage shop. Yeah. I said, are you off your head? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Why would you buy someone anything after 8 weeks? And here we go, right? This is, if I hear this 100 times, right? He said, because she loved me And I thought she was different. I said, mate, you've been here 8 weeks. You've been here 8 weeks. You worked all your life. You quite clearly are distressed. He said, I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. And I said, mate, what the hell are you doing buying a girl anything of value after 8 weeks? Because she kept telling me she loved me. I said, wow, really? And then he goes on and says, look, here's the photograph. You cannot trust this girl. I said, mate, why are you telling me? One, I don't know her. Two, she's obviously telling you a pack of lies. And thirdly, I don't believe she's done anything wrong whatsoever. And he says, what do you mean? And he started getting a little bit upset, right? Let's say upset. I said, well, she hasn't done anything wrong. You've come into Pattaya, she's seen that you're a complete simp, you're a complete mug, you're gullible, and she told you anything to extract money off you. So the only person here that's at fault is you, not the girl. And he went, that's a bit harsh. I said, well, no. Why would you believe a girl that you've known for such a little time? 8 weeks, 60 days. Would you part with, I'm guessing it's $1 million baht plus, right? And believe this hype, believe this bullshit. And he said, because she told me she loved me. I said, well, she's not going to tell you she hates you. She's going to make you feel you're the most important person in this world. And she've extracted the money off you. And he says, yeah, but the thing is, and this is mental. The thing is, since I've given her the money, she doesn't want anything to do with me. And I don't know what to do. I said, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. You can't do anything whatsoever. You have willingly given her the money. She hasn't scammed you. She hasn't manipulated you. She may have manipulated you. She's just told you she loves you, and you have parted with your hard-earned cash. So I said, as far as I'm concerned, you are the one in the wrong and not the girl. And I know that sounds harsh. I know probably in the comments I'm going to get a lot of stick for this, but I just like to be open and honest. And, this guy, the poor guy, is heartbroken. He's lost a lot of money. And believe me, this girl couldn't give a rat's ass about this guy. In fact, she's probably got a Thai boyfriend. She's probably got a Thai husband. She might have a falang. Who knows? But what I do know is, how easy is it to extract money from a weak, vulnerable guy? So let's go on to the second part and talk about why is this happening. Let me just have a drink of my Coke. So, like I've said on many of my lives, but I wanted to make this video because I know I'll get more views and I want to actually help people. I don't want to make a video just because I can. I want to help people understand the concept of this bloody game. There is a never-ending supply of aeroplanes coming into Bangkok, right? There is a never-ending supply of lonely, heartbroken people back in their home country. I was one of them many years ago. That's why we come to this town. And I understand, you're getting towards the latter stages of your life and you want happiness. I understand. You want love. I understand. You want companionship. I understand. But you also have to understand that this town can eat you up, can swallow you up, and it is very difficult, if impossible, to find true love in this town. Yes, there are exceptions. I accept that. But coming here and trying to buy your love, trying to buy companionship, and so on, is just not going to work. In fact, the girls will have less respect for you if you do this. If you say the word, no, I am not buying this. No, I am not doing this. And the girl stays with you, you might have a chance. You might have a chance. But the girl has done what she needed to do to survive, take care of her family. She extracted this money from this poor man who, after 8 weeks, parted with probably a large chunk of his retirement fund. I didn't even know if he was on holidays. I didn't get to that part. I just think it's ridiculous, shocking, but this is continuing to happen day after day, week after week, year after year, and I don't believe there is ever going to be any ending to these sad stories. But boys, please stop parting with your money so easily. So that's the simps of Pattaya. I'd also like, while I've got the camera rolling, I'd like to talk about another issue. I had my girlfriend, or I found my girlfriend, or I met my girlfriend from a bar. There's no shame in that. I come to Pattaya, I know what this town is, and I've got no shame in admitting that I found my girlfriend from a bar. I've been with her 18 months, and once I told her about this story, her words to me was, and this is a Thai girl who I've been with nearly 2 years, says to me, "What is wrong with Falang? Why are they so stupid that they part with their money? The only house that you'll ever buy me, Steve, is a Lego house." And I laughed because it took her 3 weeks for me to part with a couple of £100 to buy a Lego. And another issue I want to talk about, which I find hilarious, right? You come to Pattaya, right? We all know what it is. We all know the score, yeah. But 95% of people that I now meet, that I've never met before, they say, "Hi Webby, my name's Ken, my name's Brian, my name's Billy, Bobby, blah, blah, blah. And this is my girlfriend, Pai, Nook, whatever her name is. And by the way, I didn't meet her in a bar." That's what I get now, the first conversation. And I say, "Why would you tell me that?" And he says, "Well, I just want to tell you I didn't meet her in a bar." And I said, "I couldn't care whether you met her in a bank, the market, in a gentleman's club, in a go-go, in Walking Street. I'm not interested." So I don't understand why you feel the need to tell me you didn't meet that in the sex industry, when we quite clearly know that is the truth. So don't come here, don't be embarrassed about, this town, because this is why we all love the bloody place. So that's basically it. I could tell you a load more stories. I know a guy and a couple that he lives abroad. He comes over a couple of times a year. He parts with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of baht per month. I know it's now running into the millions. She tells him and message him every night, "I love you, I love you, I love you. It's only you, it's only you, it's only you." And I know that she's going through half of Pattaya. But hey, these people will never ever learn. So put in the comments below what you think of this story. Put in the comments below, what you really think. I think it's absolutely sad, and I'm gutted and that these things are still going on. I mean, if you've got millions and millions of pounds to burn and you want to part with your money, who am I to tell you any different? But when you're working 12-hour shifts and working your balls off to come and live here or holiday here, and you're on a budget and you're lying to these girls and pretending you got loads of money, and at the end of the day, it's these girls' job to extract as much money out of you as possible. So think. It's a Disneyland. It's fun. It's exciting. Stop parting with your money, because they are not taking it. You are giving it away. So on that note, thanks for watching. If you like my content, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next video. From Welsh Boy Webby, it's bye. Bye for now.